My girlfriend said she was going to her friend's wedding. I discovered it was her ex's. My girlfriend Chloe and I had been together for 2 years and things were serious. We were talking about moving into a bigger place, maybe even getting a dog. So, when she told me she was flying to New York for a week for her old college roommate's wedding, I didn't think twice about it. Was happy for her. We even spent an evening online shopping for the perfect dress, eventually landing on a stunning dark green gown that cost nearly $400. I happily paid for half of it as an early anniversary gift. She was ecstatic, and I was excited for her to have a great time. The week before her flight, the illusion started to crack. It wasn't one big moment, but a series of small, unsettling discoveries. It started while she was at work, and I was tidying up our apartment. I picked up her laptop from the kitchen table to wipe it down, and a social media notification popped up on the screen. She was still logged in. I wasn't trying to snoop, but the message was right there in bold letters. A mutual acquaintance had tagged her in a post. Can't wait to celebrate Ethan and Jessica's big day with the whole crew. Why, see, here we come. My heart sank. I knew her friend was named Jessica, but she had never once mentioned an Ethan. I clicked on his profile. The face that stared back at me was instantly familiar. It was the guy from a shoebox of old photos she kept in a closet photos. She'd brushed off as being from her wild college days. This was Ethan, the ex-boyfriend she had dated for 5 years before me. The one whose name was spoken like a curse. The one responsible for a breakup she described as nuclear. Suddenly I felt cold. Why would she lie about his name? Remembered she'd left the wedding invitation on her desk. My hands were shaking as I walked into our home office, telling myself I was just looking for a pen. There it was, on top of a stack of mail. Thick cream-colored cardstock with elegant gold lettering. It requested the pleasure of Chloe's company at the wedding of Jessica Miller and Ethan Hayes, and right there, on the response card, was the final, brutal confirmation. There was no +1. I was never invited. It was never even an option. I waited until that evening to confront her. She was happily packing, laying out the $400 dress on our bed. I sat down next to her and calmly said, "We need to talk about this wedding." I showed her the social media post on my phone. "I thought you said this was just Jessica's wedding. Who is Ethan?" She immediately became flustered, refusing to meet my eyes.
Ow.
"He's just Jessica's." "I guess I forgot to mention his name. It's not a big deal." "Not a big deal?" I asked, my voice dangerously quiet. "Chloe, you dated him for 5 years, and I found the invitation." "Why did you lie to me? Why did you hide that you were going to your ex-boyfriend's wedding?" That's when the excuses started pouring out. She didn't want me to worry. She knew I'd be uncomfortable. She was just going to support Jessica. She insisted it was about getting closure. Closure, I repeated, the word tasting like poison. Closure doesn't usually require a week-long cross-country trip and a designer dress. There's only one question I need you to answer, and I need you to be honest. Do you still have feelings for him? She stared at me, her eyes welling up with tears. For a full 10 seconds, the only sound was the hum of the air conditioner. Finally, she whispered the words that ended everything. "It's complicated." A strange sense of calm washed over me. "It's not complicated anymore, Chloe." I stood up and walked to the closet. "You lied to me for weeks. You planned an entire secret trip to see a man you still have feelings for. A man whose wedding I wasn't even invited to." I pulled my duffel bag from the top shelf. "So go. Go to New York and get your closure. But don't bother coming back here. When you get home, my things will be gone." She started sobbing, begging me, telling me I was overreacting, but I just kept packing. I couldn't be with someone who saw our relationship as a backup plan. I walked out the door without looking back, and now I'm left wondering, did I make the right call? Or did I just throw away 2 years of my life over a single lie?